Can you hear me? My voice is clear and loud. Please let me know in the chat box area. Is that clear now? Okay. Okay. So now activity level. Now we are going to how we are going to transition those 90 days into activities, because there is a foundation. Foundation has been given 90 days by our senior management. They have suggested as per, because we are working in a EPC projects, and mostly project strategy is equally and as per the quantum of work, they are going to distribute that duration across different kind of work package level to balance out the complete duration and strategize complete project, right? Why? Because if I'm going to give one assignment, let me clear this idea. If there is one guy in this batch, let me name it. Where is, if I'm going to ask Abdul Wahab, okay, Wahab, you are going to make this assignment. The assignment is about to write notes of 100 pages, and I know it very well that Abdul Wahab is going to make the efficiency of Abdul Wahab is to write 10 pages in 1 hour. So how many hours this Mr. Abdul Wahab is going to take? How many hours? This 100 pages assignment, how many hours? If in 1 hour it's going to take, yes, 10. Okay. But if I'm going to assist Mr. Abdul Wahab by some other guy like Fahad, huh? Fahad, you are making lines here, huh? So if I'm going to ask this guy that you have to assist, so Fahad have same efficiency. Now there are two people. How many hours they are going to complete this assignment? Now there are two people. 5, of course. Now, what is the major point I want to make over here? You cannot estimate duration unless until you know the resource availability. Is that clear? Please write it down. If you don't have any idea about resource availability, how many helpers, masons, excavators, team, crew, whatever, you can't define your duration. You understand? That is the first point. So at this level, we need to understand each and everything, but we are going to transition that 90 days of foundation construction, which is suggested by our senior management and which is given to us 90 days, right? So now we are going to allocate among activities by phylum duration formula. What is that one? Phylum duration formula. So this is actually a thumb rule which we are going to create different kind of let me share with you over here. Okay, here we are. See, here we have a duration, all the activities, layout and marking, excavation, leveling, all these activities are going to be followed or done to complete that foundation. Now, if we are going to suppose that, let's suppose this foundation is going to be completed in 100 days. Just try to think like that. The complete foundation, in my situation, that was 90 days. But as an example, if this complete foundation is going to take 100 days, if I'm going to take one expert opinion by a person who is already working in this field since last 10 years or 20 years. Even project management is guiding me that expert judgment is too much valuable and we should seek for expert judgment. The people who are already working in this field since many years ago, right? So let me tell you one thing. I have been doing all of these things in the industry and it is gonna work a lot. So if 100 days I have been given to complete this duration, so as per comparative analysis, layout and marking is not that much tough job. Excavation is tough job. Level and compaction, as compared to their toughness, their, you can say activity nature, we can assign 7 days here, excavation 35 days. I can, consult with expert judgment and we can establish their, we can divide 100 days into their respective division like that I am showing you right now. You understand? Is that clear? Can any senior manager guide me like, okay, if there are 100 days, that guy can give you the experience based division of those 100 days. You understand? I know that every time that is not going to be accurate, but we have to develop some strategy. You got my point? So that division of 100 days in such a way which is totally based on experience, which is totally based on actual basis. Like 7 days out of this 100, 7 days are enough for layout and marking. For excavation is a tough 35 days, 12, 3, 10. And meanwhile, we are going to convert them into percentage. So this is called phylum. Phylum, right? Okay, you understand? Now, this is our criteria. Even in my specific situation, if I'm given 90 days, I can make like here 90 multiply this 7. So it is going to divide this 90 days into respective durations. Like if I'm given like 40 days, if foundation is smaller one, so it is going to give me, simultaneously that if foundation totally is going to take 40 days, so layout and marking is going to take 3 days because now foundation is smaller. But if my senior management is saying no, we have to complete this foundation in maybe 20 days. So let me share with you. See, respectively, I have to squeeze my duration at layout and marking from 3 to 1 days, from excavation to 7 days, 2 days. Only in that situation I can complete this. See, that is the thumb rule, phylum. How many people got this magical thing? Please let me know in the chat box area. How many people? If someone have any concern, these things are available in the industry. They are going to give you, these are called duration phylums. Okay. And yes, and from Chat GPT, it's a good news. From Chat GPT, data can also evaluate such kind of things, right? Because there is a margin. So Chat GPT also going to use such kind of things, right? So there is a margin. If something, if a guy over here can challenge me, Arif Maksud, let's suppose, no, sir, excavation is not going to take 35%. It's going to take maybe 32%. But 32, 35, not a big deal because we are making planning. Planning is not about to accurately, document each and everything. Planning is all about to take your best data, not exact data. I am talking again best. Best can be, up and down. Don't worry. Out of these lesson learns, out of your practices, out of your previous experience. So always think you are into the planning phase. Planning is always to take, the maximum, best thing. Not accurate is something when it's going to happen, then you can say, okay, that was the accurate thing. You understand? Is that clear? Yes, Omar Shabir, companies have already established such kind of sheets. Every time we don't need to consult with subject matter experts. But yes, if you are going to begin your career as a planner, you need to seek their help. You need to ask their judgment. Even project management, every process, even PMP has included in every process about expert judgments, meetings, and all that. Yes, available. Too much data. Don't worry. Okay, please just now answer. Is that clear? So that is the way we are going to, break down our, this given work package and work package to the transition into the activity level, 40 days, 20 days, and respectively how we are going to divide as per this thumb rule. Is that clear? Two steps are clear. Is that clear? Now everybody in this engineering community, either they are planning engineers or they are non planning engineers or non-technical engineers, they can make such kind of claims like, okay, this foundation is going to take, my friend, 10 days. That foundation, a structure is going to take maybe 15 days. But what is the basis? Now here comes the basis. First of all, let me draw it again for you people. We were coming down and down and down and down. Just let me draw it. So this was from project level. This was at WBS level. This was at smaller WBS level. This was at work package level. This is work package level. What we actually are doing, we are coming down and down and down and down at work package level. So this is called top to down estimation. Top to down estimation. This is the number one rule. Number two, when we come at activity level, we have to use rule number two, phylum duration formula. Okay. PDF. Oh my God, this is actually phylum duration formula. You got it? We are going to here, foundation was 40 days. We are going to use that thumb rule and going to divide. Now we are here like activities A, B, C, whatever the activities have been given. Let's suppose 10 days, 5 days, 10 days, and 7 days, 3 days, and 5 days, something like that. Okay, so these activities have been given. Now, why these 10 days are there? For these 10 days, we have to give the justification. Even non-technical engineer can claim it. They can talk in the air, right? But we have to develop now the logic, the basis, estimation basis, right? Logical background, back end working. We have to provide that one. That how much work is available for this excavation, availability of work in BOQ, and how many resources are available, what is their productivity. Now we are going to start talking about that logical thing. You understand? So that is the number 3. So this is called bottom up estimation. From here we are going to up, right? And from here we are going to make down. I will be making this point very clear. So do you understand this methodology? And number 3 is calculate resource effort at activity level. I told you already, if only Mr. Abdul Wahab is available to complete that assignment, might be possible on the basis of that efficiency. In 1 hour, a Wahab is eligible or able to complete that assignment, right? In 10 hours. But along with Mr. Fahad, that assignment can be done in 5 hours. So how we are going to convert this duration into resource effort? How we are going to do that one? So let me share with you the concept of productivity. What is productivity? Basically, if we talk about as per different kind of industry-based practices, there is one bottom-up estimation, 3-point analysis. Every company is going to provide you an Excel sheet or some references in which it will be written that every project have hundred of activities. If I say their name, you know it very well. Let me share with you. See over here, if I can share with you, these are the activities. See, layout and marking, excavation. This is our 90 days. This is phylum formula, right? So layout and marking, excavation. So every company is going to provide you some Excel sheet, which is going to give you that, okay, with the help of standard availability of resources, our company crew can do this work this much in 1 hour, right? You understand? So that is called productivity sheet. Every company have it. But I'm going to teach you how that sheet will be established. Usually, client side is supposed to provide that productivity sheet. And client is going to develop that productivity sheet with the help of hiring of some expert people, some consultants, and then they are going to retain that data for a number of years to execute projects and to calculate that duration. But how they are going to develop this one? Let me share with you. This is called 3-point analysis. If your company doesn't have such kind of data, the methodology is called usually 3-point analysis. And this is bottom up estimation, 3-point analysis. This is called bottom up estimation. Why we call it bottom up estimation? At every single activity level, we are going to define that how much duration as per the resource availability we require to complete that work. And then, every activity is going to sum up and work package level duration will be given, right? That is why it is going up now to justify that 40 days, that 60 days is justified or not. Let me share with you. First of all, this 3-point analysis means we are going to conduct one exercise on site area, right? On site area. And I'm going to take my surveyor, helper, or any site engineer along with me, and we are going to observe that if there is one activity is going on, excavation. Within excavation, we have excavator. Okay, one excavator. We have 2 helpers. We have 1 foreman. We have 1 water bowser. Okay. And, this is our crew, let's suppose. So these people are working randomly 1 hour, I'm going to document that in 1 hour, they are going to perform 12 cubic meter excavation. And then, there is one thing also. There is a rock hard, soft hard, rock, hard rock, soft, earth, something like that also in, mindset. Because excavation, different kind of earth, maybe hard, soft, medium. But, I'm just giving you the idea how process will be conducted. So any next day or any next random 1 hour, again, I'm going to repeat that next 1 hour, they are going to do this same. In 1 hour, they are going to complete 8 cubic meter. Next day, in 1 hour, they are going to do like in 7 cubic meter. You understand? So you are going to make this average. Anybody help me to make it? 7 plus 8, 15 plus 20, 27, right? And divided by 3. And this is going to be 9. You understand? 9 cubic meter. So it is like average, this crew can perform 9 cubic meter. Is that clear? But in project management is very flexible. It is not rude. It is not ruthless. This is it's very kind. Project management says, human is project management knows human beings very well. Project management knows they have to smoke, right? They have to chat with each other. They have to make some rest as well. And sometime maybe project management is also suggesting there are some moments when there are unforeseen circumstances as well. So every time project management says whenever we are going to calculate any productivity for any activity, we need to add reserve time, the extra time for the safety margin, to which we call contingency as well. So project management say if I'm going to expect like in 1 hour, this crew is going to perform 9 cubic meter. We expect this should be done like in 1 hour, 7 cubic meter. Just as a margin of relaxation or contingency or reserve time, we are going to just relax like, okay, 7 cubic meter is done after calculating that average, 2%, 5%, whatever the margin is. You understand? So that actually factor or reference point is called productivity. The definition of productivity: work done in unit time. Work done in unit time. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Work done in unit time. Now, this work done in unit time in our specific situation is hour. Okay, is not day, is not week, is not minute. It's 1 hour. So now, is that clear? Productivity, and that is the first thing. The second thing, we need to convert this work into work quantity, which is given in our BOQ. That is second step, into total man hours. That is the second thing. We are going to convert, work quantity given in BOQ, we need to convert into total man hours. What is formula? Total man hours are total units. We also call them budgeted units. Okay, is equal to total work given in BOQ, work in BOQ, divided by productivity. This is work in BOQ. This is productivity, right? Let's suppose from BOQ we have been given that there is something like 70,000 or 7,000 cubic meter work has to be done for any, like 7,000 welding joint, 7,000 cubic meter excavation, and the productivity is 7 per hour. So 1,000 man hours will require to complete that work. So these are the total man hours. Is that clear? That is the second step. Is that clear? Please let me know in the chat box area. Okay. Now, We need to convert. We are not working in EPC industry. We have to define duration, days. When we talk about duration, there might be hours, there might be duration. Because let me share with you Primavera P6 dashboard. Here we are. Let me see. These are the durations. See, okay. If I can get into the edit, user preferences, and here time units, I can also change them from here into hours as well. You know this philosophy? See hours there. Go into edit, user preferences, time units, and here we are, days. Okay, see, but in EPC construction industry, we are going to talk about, we are going to plan in terms of durations. In plant shutdown, maintenance projects, we can go by hours, hourly basis, no issue. But here we need to convert these total man hours into duration. So there is one formula, total man hours. First of all, the formula is total man hours required to complete that work. Here, total man hours, okay, is equal to man hours per day and total days. That is simple formula I can write here. Total days required to complete that work, required. So for example, in this specific situation, if I write here 1000 and every day I can spend like 10 hours, how much duration will be there? Of course, 100. So that is how this equation is going to be satisfied. You got it? But if I talk about in the language of Primavera P6, see, total man hours is always be termed as budgeted units. So now it is very understandable for you people. Budgeted unit per time multiply D. This is the formula. Okay, total man hours, budgeted units. In Primavera P6, it will be given like budgeted. This will be given here, budgeted unit per time. This will be given here like this way. Is that clear? That is how we are going to see, okay, 100 days. You got it? You got it? Is that clear? But in our specific situation, what happens actually? 1000 is known. Just here is the concept. 1000 is known. Why? Because BOQ is known, productivity is known, and from these two factors, we can calculate total man hours. Is that clear? Is that clear? What is the second on the other side of equation? Which factor is known to us? Please, this is my question to all of you people. From the other side of equation, there are two factors, budgeted unit per time and duration. As of now, which thing is known to us as per our practice? I ask to everybody. Days, fantastic. Malik Usman. Why? Because through analogous estimation, we have defined our duration at work package level. And then that specific duration, we have transition into activity level. Let me give you an example. For that foundation, we have defined. For that foundation, we have defined, let's suppose 90 days. And for first activity, 10 days. Second activity, 35 days. For third, maybe 15 days. Then 10 days. Then 5 days. And now for that activity, we know that in that activity, how much quantity? That quantity will be divided by productivity and this will be concluded. And this 10 is also known and suggested. So we are going to make here 10, for example. And then we are going to, this is resource requirement man hours per day. This is not known. And we are going to see here in 10 days, if we want to complete that work, 100, every day we need to deploy 100 man hours. So that is the resource requirement. That is the justification. Now think again, when client is going to ask you, how did you allocate these 10 days, 4 days, 5 days? So you are going to justify through such kind of sheets. So let me share with you people over here. In such kind of situation, I will be handing over this document with you people. This is productivity sheet, very simplified format. These are my activities. This is my unit of measure. This is my productivity factor. These are actually not given as per standardized productivity, but I have added them just to help you at this level that these are the resources which will be utilized to do this work. right? Resources mean manpower, 3M. 1M for manpower, 1M for material, and 1M for machinery. See, this is manpower, machinery, and material. All these things will be working together, and this in 1 hour they are going to perform this work. In 1 hour they are going to work this one. And then onward, this is customized. BOQ work has been taken manually from that BOQ sheet, and then this one divided by this one. Budgeted units are total man hours are calculated. Then this is known. Of course, this is also known. This is coming from duration phylum formula. 10, 20, 22, and automatically this is going to get into the, like, if we want to utilize 450 hours in 10 days, every day we have to work for 45 days. Maybe there are 4 crews are working for 10 days, for 10 hours every day, 4 crew, 45 hours we have to work, because this is our constraint. This is EPC project, fixed time project. So we have made our strategy. Everything is strategized, that everything is linked up. We are aware about our resource availability. You understand? So such kind of sheets, like there are civil works, there are mechanical works, electrical, MEP. I have given here the samples for piping works, road works, and there are bridge, major structure, minor structure, and many things. Okay, so that is how we can understand the things in quite better way. This sheet is going to help us out. Okay, so here we are going to, that is the way we are going to calculate the resource, durations. So I'm going to share with you, as long as it concerns with the design or documentation, these durations will be given by the design team, the way I have shared with you the tender document, right? And let me share with you where it is exactly. And yes, just wait a moment. Yes, here we are. See, again, I will repeat that within tender document, it will be mentioned there. Into the engineering, see, QAQC is going to take 45 days. So it is given there. This report will be done in 45 days. This report will be done in 30 days. This report will be done in 30 days. So we are further going into the, designing team is going to give us the breakdown of these things. And we are going to manually incorporate these things over here. QAQC 45. So 2 days are okay for, starting up that work. 30 days to write up. Drafting means to write up. So within 5 days, our own team is going to make internal review, then client, and then approval. Then this is going to 30, and the breakdown will be parallel to that one. You understand? And then the designing team is going to give us the breakdown, the way over here. See, structural drawing is going to take 90 days, and how it is going to shaded. Tank design 45, 60, 30, 45, 60, and same way. The breakdown is there, which is taken by that, planning engineer is going to see 90 days. So in 20 days, internal review. Other departments are going to make that review for 7. See, that is the breakdown of 90 days. The way structural drawing breakdown for the process of small actions or activities, the same way 90 days breakdown. Then the 60 days. See, this installation drawings is going to take 45, 30, 45. The way we have, here, everything is distributed there, right? Same way. And meanwhile, procurement, if we talk about procurement team, they have already made meetings. Many meetings are done, many meetings are going on for procurement. So they are going to calculate, the quantities are given by estimation team, and the days. See, if I talk about long lead items, so ordering is going to take 10 days, 35, 15, and respectively, we can divide further these activities into smaller and smaller level. Let me share with you. This procurement team is responsible to give you, see, first of all, these bulk items will be given, like steel will be available in 18 days. So this much breakdown. So this will be given again by our procurement team, this breakdown of duration. Then ordering is going to take 10 days. So within, out of these 10 days, 3 days are important, only required for float inquiry, for advertisement. For 2 days, we are going to receive bids. For 2 days, we are going to evaluate. 1 day for approval and 2 days for purchase order. And same with 35 days. See, that distribution will be done. Again, this design and procurement home office activities will be done in head office and the data will be given you by respective departments. But when we talk about construction, here is 90 through phylum formula, duration phylum formula, first of all. But moreover, to complete your assignment, I have already handed over this one to you people. So here you see, you have to give this duration. If you have added all these activities and loaded your data, please write, give, manually how to provide duration. See, here you are going to provide 5. Just write here 5. It will be there. If you want to make it 30, just make it 30. It's not like you are going to write, but make sure original duration column should be there. Okay, 10 days, 4 days, 20. I have already handed over this document to you people, right? Yes, it depends on project to project, that 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. I already told you there is project to project. Some projects in oil and gas, there is 24-hour working. Some projects 12-hour working. It depends on project. So you have to take this data when project is going. These are called project variables, right? Which vary from project to project. You understand? Is that clear? So now on the basis of this one, you have to complete. First of all, now just try to understand. Let me share with you. First of all, that is how you will be given this duration. That is how. See, this is your analogous estimation. You understand? This is your analogous estimation. This is another way around. Just try to enjoy it. So this is WBS level duration. This 45, 30, 30, 27, 30. See, this is now we have to justify it at activity level. That is our duty. We have, first of all, this will be given, all data will be given by senior management. Our duty is to transition into our activity level by phylum formula at experience level, whatever, and then finding out the resource requirement. Simple. Is that clear? Finding out the resource requirement. So if I talk about resource requirement, let me share with you that what are the resources actually. When I talk about resource management, under resource management, estimate activity duration and estimate activity resources, both are linked up with each other. If I talk about estimate activity duration, I have to talk about estimate activity resources as well. Why? Because without this one, I can't say anything about duration. So when I talk about estimate activity resources, I need to talk about resource requirements. In every BOQ, there is a work description. Everybody know about that. In work description, there is a nature of work. I need gas welding, I need arc welding, I need hard rock excavation, soft rock excavation, medium rock excavation. So that is called nature of work. As per that nature of work, my experienced people are going to define requirement of resources. First thing. Basis of estimate, same. Basis of estimates, the same way I have just given you the logic, like how many days it will, how many. I can tell you that I need Fahad and Abdul Wahab if to complete that assignment in 5 hours, but if I need to complete that assignment in 2.5 hours, I need 2 more people. So basis of estimate will be there as well. The same document. Resource of breakdown structure. Now here there are 3 M resources: manpower, material, and machinery. Manpower, material, and machinery. So let me share with you Primavera P6 dashboard, and here we are. I'm going to click here enterprise resources, and once I'm going to click here resources, the new window will open up. The same way activities window, once upon a time it was blank. If I'm going to click here resources, I can see a few resources and I can click here add button. Okay, that is a simple exercise everybody have to carry out. Simple. You understand? And this is something like resources window, but this resources window is not project resources window. This is global. What does mean by global and project? When I talk about global, because you know it very well that within Primavera P6 there are multiple project files, multiple, maybe 100. So all those 100 project resources are present in this sheet, which is called resources, which is present under enterprises tab. Is that clear? So what I need to do now? It is gonna make me confused? No. Let me share with you standardized practice. I can make you scroll up and I can just give you a tour that how many resources I have right now. Even though I have developed them by myself one by one. Maybe if you are going to open your project resource window, you will find not that much resources, but there will be might be possible. But what you need to do now? Very single last resource, just go there, click the last resource, right click on this add button, and just create one dummy resource and name it like your project name, ABC, XYZ, whatever you want to name it as per your project name, so that you can memorize or remember the resources under this line are, actually belongs to my project resources. Just make it outside. There are also shifting arrows as per WBS sequence as well. So I'm going to add one more and I'm going to name it manpower. Okay, because this is manpower resources. Then I'm going to add one more time, material resources. Then I'm going to add one more and I'm going to add machinery resources. Okay, machinery resources. Now, once I'm going to do all of these things, these are 3M are developed. But setting number one, just right click over here. You can find here columns. You can go into customize, and it's very simple thing. It's very important thing everywhere. Whenever I'm going to work on Primavera P6, I have to worry about available columns. What kind of information they are providing me. So that is why it's easy to understand columns. So there are many things given here, but at this moment, I should go on for ID, the name of that resource, and resource type, and unit of measure. Let me explain one by one all of these things. When I talk about resource type, machinery is not labor resource. Machinery is non-labor resource. So I'm going to switch to the non-labor. You see, as soon as I'm going to change the type, you can see it is changed. Now the material is not labor resource again. So there is another category material. So I'm going to switch and yes, and you can see that logo is also changed. Again, I'm going to change manpower into it's same. We don't need to change it, right? So now onward, how this window will be activated, simple. Technique, the way you see machinery, uncheck, it's gone. This is actually resource details. There are multiple options given here, multiple options. First of all, you can see as same like in activity detail, there is general, codes, detail, unit and prices, but we are concerning more about unit and prices. Okay, we will be talking about that one as well. But as of now, right now, we can take the sheets from our project team and we can add like excavator. Then we can add all the machinery resources like batching plant or transit mixer. Transit mixer, which is carrying concrete. We are going to add cranes, cranes. We are going to add one more forklift, whatever machinery is being used, the major items, the major things which are going to impact on your project schedule, which are, going to, bigger things, cranes, forklift, excavators, paver, loader, dumper. Okay. So please, as of now, I would suggest you people just add 10 resources or 5 resources just as a matter of practice, right? So within material, there is steel. You can mention their grade 60, 120. Then there is formwork. Then there is piping, spools, piping, spool. This sheet will be given by procurement team inside, Then there are electric cable. Then there is distribution boards, right? DBs. Then there are cable trays, the things which are being used, cable tray, all the item you should portray here. Under manpower, you should start adding your, man labor or helpers or non-skilled labor. This is the best way: non-skilled labor and skilled labor. In manpower, usually companies are going to use these two kind of categories. Either if they are going by electrician, rigger, fabricator, you should go by that as well, right? But usually they are going to calculate skilled labor and non-skilled labor. Okay, you can go by. I would suggest, because we are going through first time through this all things, so make it as minimum as you can. Otherwise, the concept is gonna be remain same. Either there are 1,000 resources, but keep them as minimum as you can. Why? Because otherwise it's going to be very much comprehensive and maybe you will end up with some laborious work, right? So that is how you are going to add them up. And after that, I am going to give you one concept. Application of unit of measure is only available for the material resources. Why? Labor and non-labor, machinery and manpower, how they will be costed on the basis of hourly basis, hours. Because if this guy crane or skilled labor or non-skilled labor, how they will be paid on the basis of hourly basis, right? Hourly basis. But material is not the way other these two resources. Every material have its own units. Distribution board, numbers. Electric cables, running meter. Piping spool, numbers. Formwork, square meter. Steel, tons. So this fourth column is gonna, give us the quantification. So if I'm going to click this unit of measure in front of any other resource, it's not gonna respond. But if I'm going to cable tray, it's going to give me something like this one. And if I'm going to make like distribution boards, something like that, check your BOQ one time. That in BOQ, what is the unit of measure column? Farm work, what is the unit there? Steel, what is the unit there, right? It's like ton. So I'm going to write here TON. So it's done, right? That is the way you are going. Piping spools, maybe it's a package, it's something like that. Okay, whatever unit is given in your BOQ, you have to just allocate here. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, we are not going to, there are direct resources. Yes, very good question. Very good question. We are not going to add any, there are two kind of resources, direct and indirect. Okay, direct resources and indirect resources. Direct resources are those which are directly working on activities. They are doing work by themselves. These all the direct resources will here. Indirect resources are like supporting administrative, like they will come under OBS, organizational breakdown structures. Okay, so now let me ask you one question. If I have 10 excavators in my, they are going to be deployed on my project, on this there are 10 excavators. Do I need to create 10 time excavator role over here, or I need to add only one excavator? Please let me know in the chat box area. What should I do? Yes. Yes. How it works? Let me share with you. If excavators efficiency, productivity is same, so what I need to do, like one excavator is going to work for 12 hours and total they are 10. So I need to calculate their effort like 120 hours. So this 120 should be there into the resource detail into the maximum unit per time. Maximum unit per time is going to represent the maximum availability effort of that certain resource. That is how I need to write here 120. So it means I have this much effort per day. Got it? That is the one way. When I need to add two excavators, if one is big excavator having more capacity, and other one is a mini, is going to consume less diesel and is going to do work less than the bigger one. So in that situation, we can differentiate, buckets size or their horsepower, whatever, we can write they're bigger or mini, or, in that situation, we are going to write there. So that is how we are going to add resources. And now I will be going to sum up these things. Like in today's session, we have gone through duration, like how it will be through top to down estimation, through phylum, then resource effort, then development of resources, then understanding and developing one concept that how industry is following and the best practice to estimate the duration. That's all for today. See you in my next session. Thank you very much. Yes.